The Wrestling Junkies Podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati, and as always, I am joined by the podcast dad under the learning tree. Choops, how we doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. You're sipping out of a very beautiful mug. Go buy one, folks.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you should support our merch store. Make sure to get a mug, get a hat, get a tank top. Did it again. Damn it.
You did, and you just blew past it too.
I did.
At this point, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna.
Our merch store. We've got a couple of great designs. All right. Okay. Now can I continue? Yeah. Okay. As always, thanks for checking out the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. Make sure to hit that QR code in the top left corner. Like, share, subscribe, turn on those notifications so that you see what we've got going on. We've got a great interview that we're dropping tomorrow with Cody Fluffman and Sean Legacy, the Buff and Fluff Connection. Thank you both for joining me yesterday for a wonderful conversation. We talk in-ring, we talk out of the ring. We even did a little who knows the other better sort of game, so can't wait for you guys to check that out. I will be on the On The Mark podcast tonight at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. Make sure to follow at mainevent_net to follow up, get that link, join us in those chats. We're going to be talking NXT Battleground. We're going to talk a little AEW Dynamite, and I will also be on Wrestling Spotlight on Local Now. That'll be airing this weekend. Make sure to download that Local Now app. Great wrestling content, great promotions, great people, including the Wrestling Junkies who always put their interviews and shows on there. So without further ado, I think we've gotten everything. You want to talk some Dynamite?
Yep. Chats are open. Hop in them.
So Dynamite is in the books. Let's start with MJF. The prodigal son made his return to Dynamite for the first time in over 6 months. It's looking like he's got his sights set on Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, and Kazuchika Okada. Basically, the top 3 titles, at least in his mind, in AEW, and he wants all of them. So, what do you think of MJF's Gold Rush?
Be interested to see what they do with it. The other 2 titles are interesting because he's always been after the world title. Now that he won it, and is that now like, okay, I reached that point, so now I want to dominate everything. That's an interesting way to go about it.
Sure.
Does he want to hold all 3? Does he want to go all Eddie Kingston, hold the Triple Crown? Maybe.
Wow.
But I'm more interested in this program with Roosh. It's kind of out of nowhere, right?
It is. That's because it is out of nowhere.
Roosh hasn't really been on TV much, and then all of a sudden he's coming after MJF. It's an interesting first program, I think, for MJF, because these two have never really crossed paths before. It's fresh. It's something that could be exactly. I think it's something that could be a lot of fun. And like Roosh is very good. I don't think we've seen the best of Roosh so far. So this will be a good test. I don't think he'll beat MJF, but this will be a good spotlight for him.
Yeah. I think the in-ring action is going to be amazing. MJF's going to decimate him on the mic, though, and that's what worries me about the credibility of this program. I mean, because that's, we talk about this a lot, that, even if we know that there is, a high likelihood that somebody's going to go over in a match or an overall program, if you can't bring it on the mic, then you're kind of dead in the water. Here's looking at you, Billy Gunn.
Whoa.
Come on. What did that promo do for him?
That was
25 years ago. I know, but what did that promo do for him?
Don't say that.
Not a damn thing, okay?
Don't say that. Don't say that. 25. Holy crap.
Yeah. And he was still on TV last night. How wild is that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're wearing one of his shirts. That's the crazy part. That's
I am. Yeah.
Oh man, you just broke my brain. Thank you. But realistically, where's Roosh in the pecking order? It's not like they're trying to build Roosh up to be something like Billy Gunn was trying to build up to be a single star. Again, Roosh has kind of been. I think he's been on Ring of Honor. I don't know. I don't watch Ring of Honor, so
you're too busy watching Level Up.
I think it's a good speed. I think it's a good first challenge for MJF, just to kind of get his feet back under him. Like Roosh is a great worker, so the match will be fine. I just get his feet under him, get MJF back up to speed, and maybe knock off a little of the ring rust, and then we'll probably get into one of these main programs that he's looking for.
Yeah. Because I know you've been you've been really wanting to see kind of a return to the OG MJF. How do you like kind of this grittier babyface that we're seeing right now? There's not as much, there's not as much emphasis on the like super good guy over the top shtick that he had been doing prior to his return. What do you think of this new Edge?
It's much better. It's so much better, right? The over the top babyface was almost like a parody, but it jumped the shark. Like at first it was funny because he was doing all the cliches that the white meat babyface does, and then it got to a point where it's like, okay, this is like he's doing the kangaroo kick. Like I don't, and it got a pop, so it was working at the time, but at the end of the day, it was just like, all right, I don't want to see any more of this. I'm kind of done.
You just want that double clothesline.
No, I didn't want that. I didn't want the body slam. I didn't want the double clothesline. I didn't want the kangaroo kick. I like this MJF. Even the promo at Double or Nothing, where he was like, the kangaroo kick, all that silly shit's gone. So this is a continued evolution of the MJF character. He's going to be in AEW, I think, for the foreseeable future, despite what the internet is saying about the tattoo and how easily they can cover that for some reason. The internet people, they're the best. But this version of MJF is, I think, a kind of meet in the middle of the extreme heel to the extreme babyface, and we're kind of getting to the, like Goldilocks' bears. It's the perfect temperature.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it'll remain to be seen kind of how he fits back into the larger picture this summer, especially with Wembley around the corner. I mean, everybody and their mom is going to try to get a spot on that card, and now that he's back and seems to be relatively healthy, let's give him every opportunity to do that.
Are you curious, or are you interested, or are you concerned? I don't know any other words to describe this, that it's not Adam Cole right away? Are we still concerned about his ankle?
Not immediately, because he has shown back up. He didn't have the boot on the last time he was on TV, which had not been the case the number of times that he had been on TV before this. So I would say that, especially with Adam Cole and the injury history he's had, I'd rather see them play it safe. I don't necessarily think that means that there's a setback. But I would say, if you can hold off on bringing him back until closer to Wembley, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Is it concerning at all that he's not doing anything with whatever the hell they're called, the United Kingdom or whatever?
They're not a country over across the pond, but
the Undisputed Kingdom. Sorry. Like, wouldn't you think he would want revenge on them? Sorry, let me take my logic hat off.
That's fair, and this is from Mr. O-Team himself. Thinks that they ended that feud intentionally with MJF's return segment, which and that's another angle to look at here. I mean, are we really clamoring for that rematch now, 6 months after the reveal?
No.
Blooms off that rose. I mean, Undisputed Kingdom blooms off that rose too. I just don't see why. Again, they don't need to rush to revisit.
The injury bug, I think, really hurt that program. They had a moment where I thought All In last year, it was that moment. They just never got that heel turn, and maybe they waited too long on it. And the injury bug sucks, and it might have ruined what could have been a very, very good program for AEW. But MJF back on television, I think, is a very, very good thing for AEW.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, he's somebody that you can build a show around. I mean, we've seen how many times over the last 5 years that he has just been brought to TV just to talk. He doesn't necessarily need to wrestle to draw, to be a draw or to help them to pop a rating. So, this can only be a good thing. I mean, looking at Okada, looking at Ospreay, looking at Swerve, I mean, those are three very, very solid programs that realistically could get MJF through the next 12 to 18 months, really.
Which one do you think he goes after? You had to pick one of those three.
Probably Okada, just with how he is, how his promo has targeted the Elite a little bit more than the other two. I mean, that's not to say that they all weren't mentioned, but he just had a lot more to say about the Elite than he did Ospreay and Swerve. So I'd be fine with MJF Okada, to start and go from there. See what happens.
Yeah, I think it would, play into that whole Elite versus AEW thing, because MJF is an AEW original, and he does have the history with Tony Khan, so that would kind of be a fun thing, right? Like, you wanted to sign me and all that good stuff. You finally got me. All right, like, I will go to bat for you, and I will fight this evil NWO like faction that we now have in our company to defend AEW with how much he says he loves AEW. So I think they could play. They could play with that. It could be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Random side note: did you watch Who Killed WCW on Vice?
I have not yet. Is it any good?
Very worth the watch.
Is it?
Yeah. They. I mean, it's basically the Guy Evans book come to life.
Style?
Yeah. It's
awesome.
pretty cool. You got the likes of your typical, you got Booker T, you got DDP, and you got Goldberg, then you got Russo, Bret Hart, Bischoff.
Goldberg.
Yeah, I know.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I
me just say Asuka's name, right?
Man, I don't want to go on a tangent about Goldberg. Yeah. Okay. That's not.
Tangent away.
I was on a Reddit thread, and it was like the worst booking decisions of the past 15 years, and Goldberg was probably 5 of them. I mean, him beating The Fiend, his match with Taker, him beating Kevin Owens, him and Dolph Ziggler, him and Lashley. It was like, oh my God, why did they push old man Goldberg so much? That initial return, not the first one, but the second one when he squashed Lesnar, that was cool. Yeah. And then they had their Mania match, and that was cool. That should have been it.
Yeah.
That should have been it.
Yeah.
Way too much Goldberg. Least favorite wrestler of all time. Wow. That's a bold statement. I don't know if he's my least favorite, but
yeah. I've never really thought about who my least favorite is. I mean, everybody knows my favorite, but I don't know that I've ever thought about my absolute least favorite.
I think if I had to go least favorite, I was never, and maybe it's because I didn't grow up in the era, I was never a Terry guy.
It's fair.
I thought his matches were so boring.
Heard you say that, yeah. See, I used to say the same thing about Lance Storm, William Regal, like a lot of those technical guys. That was just like, wow. In hindsight, I'm like, wow, we did not deserve them. I mean, hey, Attitude Era. It was people throwing themselves off ladders, hardcore matches, things like that. Not necessarily the pure,
Dare you?
I'm just saying that was what I used to think. I hold him in high regard now. We don't deserve William Regal now, and that's what I say that all the time. Yeah, so
no, we do not. Lance Storm, go back and watch some of that early ECW stuff too. That dude was very, very good. Had the personality of a wall, but very, very good.
Yeah.
Like a Steve Blackman.
That's another, yeah.
He was fun while he was around.
Head cheese.
Be careful. He's out doing I think he's a bounty hunter now, so be careful out there.
That's pretty cool.
How scary would that be if Steve Blackman came after you? Done. Arrest me.
Yeah.
All right. What were we talking about? AEW?
Yeah, we were talking AEW. Went on a WCW tangent. So outside of MJF's return, we saw Saraya make her return to the ring, take on Mariah May. It sounds like they're keeping that feud alive. Tony Storm, probably Wembley, one of the two. We'll find out. And then Roddy put on a hell of a match with Swerve Strickland. Really enjoyed that match.
Yeah, the Saraya one, it's interesting. I saw a lot of hate online for that one. Like, she hasn't really been doing anything.
Yeah.
Now it looks like she might get another title shot at All In, possibly.
Probably.
I'm not clamoring to see that match. Are you?
No, not when we're waiting for Jamie Hayter to come back, Britt Baker.
Did you see Tony Khan's statements about them too?
Mm-mm.
So he did I think he was doing media and pretty much said they're not healthy, and when they're ready to come back, he'd love to have them on. So
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, at this point, what can we believe Tony Khan? Because it was the same thing about Ricky Starks, but as you pointed out a couple days ago, or maybe yesterday, I don't remember, but you booked the show, so you can have him on whenever you want. So if they're healthy, if they're not healthy, put them on TV.
Yeah,
those are two very large women's
yeah.
stars.
Yeah, Adam Cole was wearing a boot and was on TV. You're saying you can't find something similar to do for those two? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Even commentary, like Britt on commentary, might be something. Just throw her on Rampage, see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I don't want Daddy Magic on Rampage, but
they just get that new promotion. I like it.
The Learning Tree also reminded him of that. You didn't like that last night?
No.
What?
No.
What do you know?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
He's so over the top that is so good.
I know. I mean, it's over the top. I just don't care for it.
Because you don't want Jericho.
Not really. I can't, again, I was serious. A little break from Chris Jericho on my TV would be nice.
Well, you can change the channel.
They're going to use him how they're going to use him. That's fine. Exactly. That's the option that I have, and yeah. So that's what I'm going to do.
Feisty today.
Trying to get my coffee in. Okay. Bit of a busy evening ahead. Just, sorry. Shouldn't take that out. Whatever.
Taking it out on me. I didn't do this to you.
You ready to talk Battleground?
You said something about Roddy and Swerve.
Yeah, they had a great match.
Yes. It was a good match. Is Swerve defending the title too much?
Not.
We went from one extreme where MJF kind of didn't defend the title a lot to now this. Sandwich Samoa Joe in between, who was kind of a transitional champion. But is he defending the title too much where it's kind of taking luster away from his big title defenses so far?
So can you repeat that? You kind of froze up.
Did you get my question?
No, I did not get your question. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm saying, if he's going to have a big title defense in the future, is him defending it almost damn near every week at this point, is that going to take away from those bigger title defenses, in your opinion?
No, not really. I mean, now we're asking, what's the fine line between not enough title defenses and too many? I mean, I have no problem with what they're doing with Swerve as far as the consistent title defenses. He still doesn't feel like a priority for somebody that is the world champion, because there is still that larger elite story, and it seems like 1 week he's kind of in their crosshairs, and then the next he's out of it. I think I would rather see a little bit more movement in, okay, this is the company's champion right now. Do the elite have an issue with him, or do they not? If they do, let's get the ball rolling on it, just because we still don't know what's happening. Again, building to Wembley, we still don't know kind of what the plan is for that main event. So I'd like to see them do a little bit more with that, as far as him kind of really being that anti-corporate champion, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. That's fair. That's totally fair. Battleground. You got the card pulled up?
I do. All First up, we got Sol Ruka, Lash Legend, Fallon Henley, Jada Parker, Michin, and Kalani Jordan ladder match for the inaugural NXT North American Women's Championship. Your thoughts? Take us away.
I think it should be Sol Ruka. I think that's the perfect person to have it. I would not be surprised if Mia Yim won the title. Give it to someone who's established to have that first title reign to kind of really establish that title.
Sure.
Like I say established, and she's not really on TV, but someone that's a veteran of the business and can kind of bring some prestige to that title. I want Sol Ruka to win. I wouldn't be surprised if Mia Yim would win.
Yeah, so I am So I'll say Sol Ruka as far as that should win, but I think likely will win will be Fallon Henley.
Okay.
I've really enjoyed the heel turn so far, and it seems like this is kind of a way to, it seems like they may be slowly getting that band back together as far as her, Briggs, and Jensen, just with some of the stuff that they've been doing with Jensen, between commercial breaks, things like that. Yeah, I mean, I think this is the time that, here we are with new era again, for lack of a better word, that, a lot of fresh faces, new championship. Let's put on somebody brand new. Let's let him cook, try a new experiment.
Yeah, let him cook. Chef HB Shizzle.
That chef hat is awesome, by the way.
I love his picture. I love it. Yeah, okay. I know. I saw you online last night. You love Fallon Henley. I get it.
Thank you. Okay. Ready for the next match? Are you frozen again?
Yeah.
Okay. God, I can't tell. Oh God. All right.
I'm not frozen.
It's you've frozen up a couple of times, and you don't have anything in your background anymore to tell if the picture's actually moving or not. I think you used to have a fan that would go, so that it's kind of
just do this.
Obafemi, Wesley, Joe Coffey, triple threat match, NXT North American Championship. Obafemi, I think, on this one.
Yeah, I would say Obafemi. Again, another one where I wouldn't be surprised if Wesley won, just kind of beating Joe Coffey. I don't think if Obafemi loses, he's not taking the pin. But we saw the last title defense; it was a triple threat match, and Obafemi won. Is this his thing where he just defends against all comers? Maybe. I would say Obafemi. Wouldn't be surprised if Wesley. It's definitely not going to be Joe Coffey.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like that they're trying to get Gallus back into the fold there. It sounds like this is a reward for helping the Great One get ready for WrestleMania. So,
yeah.
But I think that we're likely going to be headed back to the back of the line once this match is over. But yeah, still going to say Obafemi for this one. What's that?
Bump him up to the main roster.
Yeah, why not? I mean, think of Mark and Wolfgang going for tag team championships, and then Joe Coffey in that Intercontinental title picture.
I'm just saying they could be like something with Drew,
or that. Sure,
it'd just be Drew's backups or something. I don't know. Get some more heel heat.
Fair enough. Shayna Baszler, Lola Vice, NXT Underground. This one's a tough one.
Yeah. I think Lola Vice is going to win this. I think they really think they have something in her. She beat Natty. I think they really want to continue to push her to the moon. I think she will be the next challenger for whoever is going to be the NXT champion, women's champion. I think Lola Vice wins this one.
Okay. I'm going to say Lola, but again, it would not surprise me if Shayna won either. That hype trailer that they put together on Tuesday night
very good.
Really, got me really excited for that match. I mean, this is the first one that's taken place on a PLE/pay-per-view, so a little bit of history coming into it. But either way,
it should be a lot of fun with that venue too, because they're in that dome,
sure.
Or that sphere in Vegas, like that. I think that's going to be such a cool arena that them even doing an underground match, I think is going to be a lot of fun.
Well said. Since we were talking about it, NXT Women's Championship, Roxanne Perez, Jordynne Grace.
Yeah.
This is
What was that thing you used to say all the time? Didn't have that on my bingo card.
Yeah. This is
no, I did not.
Yeah, no, this is unexpected. TNA Knockouts champion making a singles appearance on a WWE pay-per-view. They are big her winning the title. I can't believe. I mean, that's not something that I would have said earlier this year when we saw her join the Rumble, that she'd be back and competing for a women's championship. But I think I'm gonna have to be bold here. I think I'm gonna say Jordynne Grace.
Man, I really don't know. I think I'm gonna go Roxanne Perez, just because I can't believe that they would do that. Like, I can't believe that WWE would give another company a title. Right?
Seems to be a great working relationship all around.
I know. And
It's a big deal.
History is like, no way. So part of me goes, they want to break that trend, and part of me goes like, there's no way they're going to actually do that, right? I will go Roxanne, but I am so on the fence, it's not even funny.
That's fair. It's okay. That's okay. NXT Tag Team Championships. We've got OC taking on Nathan Frazier and Axiom. I almost said Nathan Page. I don't know why. But yeah, this is fine. I'm gonna go Frazier and Axiom. Safe pick.
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
All right, that's enough. And then yes, mixer prediction contest definitely. Oh yeah, main event mixer coming up. I don't remember if it's before or after Battleground, but I'll let Mr. OTM put it in the chat. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I pay attention. I pay attention to the group chat. I just don't participate. Okay. Let that coffee kick in, buddy. You want me to call Johnny? He can do the show with you.
No.
Ethan Page, Trick Williams.
Yes, NXT Championship. I think Trick gets the win here. But I don't think this is the last time these guys go at it. I think this is Trick's summer program.
This is another one I go back and forth on. What better way to debut Ethan Page than to have him beat Trick Williams? I mean, Trick's first title defense, though. Trick Williams. I'm gonna go Trick Williams. Ask me in about an hour, and I might change, but I think it's gonna be Trick Williams. Get that first title defense under him.
Fair.
I go back and forth though. I don't know.
Well,
it's gonna be fun.
It is gonna be a fun show. It's been a while since I've been this hyped for an NXT event, but here we go.
I was hyped. Always hyped. I stay hyped. Shout out Mojo Rawley.
Dean Mutati. Anyway, any final thoughts on Battleground, Dynamite? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
I'll hold my peace.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Make sure to follow at @mainevent_net for all things Main Event Network. Everything from podcasts to streamers, you name it, we've got it. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got an interview drop tomorrow with Buff and Fluff Connection. Thank you again to those guys for hanging out with me this week. Support our merch store. Buy a mug, buy a t-shirt, buy a tank, buy a hoodie, buy a beanie, not a hat, because if there were hats, a podcast dad would be wearing one. Check me out on OTM later on tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Check me on Wrestling Spotlight on Local Now. Make sure to download that app. That episode will be uploaded this weekend as well. Podcast dad, that's going to do it for us this week. Any final thoughts?
Love you.
For the podcast dad of Mr. Cincinnati, this has been the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. We'll see you guys next week.